I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. But going to Mars should be one of the next series of steps that humans do. The first step should be going back to the moon for a number of technical reasons and exploration reasons, and then after that, Mars, maybe high orbit in Venus atmosphere, maybe going to Europa. There's all kinds of targets to go to, places of interest in our solar system. The only limit to human future is in our own imagination.
50% of the worldwide population thinks that man has never been on the moon.
Well, yeah, there are all kind of conspiracy theories out there. Well, I guess you need well-trained astronauts for a mission like that, right?
No! That's what they said! I'm going to show the truth. Today, the whole world will know that the space race was just a big lie!
It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only the United States.
Get that bozo out of here! Come on, untrained chimps could do a better job! I said cut!
Shalom, like to give all undergoing praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, like get double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Salutations to our sincere Akim, pushing us right across the four corners of the world. And this is the book of 2nd Ezra 5 verse 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, and the tokens are representing the miraculous signs, biblical prophecies that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are displaying within this earth in these latter days. And it says, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth should be taken in a great number, and the way of truth should be hidden, and the land should be barren of faith. So through this process of time, as it says that the way of truth should be hidden, because right now the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. You read to the book of Malachi, the 1st chapter, it states how Esau, Edom is the border of wickedness, and a people that the Most High Yahweh, through his only begotten Son Yahushai, have an indignation with forever. So they are the vessel of dishonor that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is utilizing to do the mischief, the ill doings, the lying wonders, all the falsehoods. And that's only given to the least of Esau, Edom right now. They are in control of that which was given to them by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. As it says again, the earth was given unto the hand of the wicked. So through this process of the wicked bearing rule, this whole earth has been in a total gross darkness. By the way of white supremacy, by the way of Esau's falsehoods concerning so-called history, concerning the biblical characters within the Holy Bible. Everything that we was taught within Esau's setup from these school systems was all lies and falsehoods and enchantments to keep us separated or astray from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai as the biblical Israelites. So now as process is going on, and as I always say through the spirit, this thing that we call life is the movie of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Like they are the directors of this thing, what we call life. And we are the characters within this movie. So Jacob, Israel, represents the good guy, the protagonist. Then Esau, Edom, represents the antagonist, that opposing character that's constantly going at the good guy within the movie. So as you can see with this process, how we've been getting beat up, been getting degraded, getting lied upon, all throughout America, and just really throughout the four corners of the world where the Israelites are scattered. Now we coming to that time of that movie, truth is coming out more to the light now. It's a great spiritual awakening happening amongst the 12 tribes of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And the ones of our people that look like the other nations, but on your father's side, it goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, or Native American. So the way of truth has been hidden for a long period of time, but now through the process of the Holy Spirit that's entering into the Most High's holy elect in these latter days, everything is coming out to the light now. Just like at that movie you watch, you see that good guy or that protagonist getting beat up throughout that whole movie, but at the end somehow he's able to overcome. And it's no different in this movie of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that the elect of the nation of Israel are going to overcome all the lies, the deceptions, the evil doings, the wickedness, the enchantments that the vessel of dishonor Esau Edom has been doing since this so-called nation has been so-called established. So it says, nevertheless, as come in the tokens, behold, the days should come that they which dwell upon the earth should be taken in great number, and the way of truth should be hidden, and the land should be barren of faith. So you saw this Edomite guy by the name of Donald Pettit. He's a NASA astronaut, and he stated at the beginning of that video, if they could, they would go back to the moon again, but they do not have that type of technology because they destroyed it. Like, these were the lies that we were feeding off of before we came into this illuminated light. By the way of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, spiritually open our eyes to see the wickedness and just the lies that's been going on throughout this whole process of time. Here it is that the so-called moon landing happened on July the 20th, 1969, but you do not have that type of access to that type of technology in today's time. But pursuant to the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter and the 4th verse, it states right here, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge should be increased. So just think about the technological advancements that has been happening within this world since 1969. Look at the advancements of the phone now. Look at the advancements of just video gaming, the televisions, the vehicles. But you mean to tell me in 2021 going on to 2022, you do not have that type of technological advancement dealing with your space technology? Just more lies from Esau Edom. And that's why it states in the book of Psalm 144, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. Like, anything that's honorable to them is all in lies, deceptions. And now they're being found out of all their lies, dealing with its science. And that's why YouTube just recently changed the way of you seeing how many dislikes you have on a particular video that you watch or anything like that. Because concerning anything that's dealing with this so-called pandemic, you will see more dislikes compared to the likes. So here comes Esau being that crafty serpent by utilizing the people that work for YouTube to change the guidelines of YouTube so you cannot be able to see anything that's concerning the propaganda of this so-called pandemic. You cannot be able to see how many dislikes that video has now. Dealing with this so-called moon landing, everything that you was taught in this society is coming out to be found out to be lies. And that's how you know that we are at the end of this so-called white man's rulership, because truth is exposing him on all levels and aspects. And that's really all the doings of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because the spirit of truth represents the spirit of Yahushai, which is the spirit of prophecy. And let's get that in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter and the 7th verse. For the mystery of iniquity do already work, only he who now let it will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then should that wicked be revealed. So now the wicked is being revealed more and more in these latter days. Especially amongst the holy elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But just really to the world, a lot of these other nations are really seeing this so-called white man for who he really is. The devil that the Bible speaks about. Even they do not call him the devil according to the Bible. You see these other nations, like regarding Ishmael, they will call him great Satan. So everybody's finding out who the wicked is. So it says, and then should that wicked be revealed, which are being manifested in these latter days, which goes back to those tokens that we read in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So who's the mouth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? Let's answer that in the book of Luke, the 1st chapter, in the 70th verse. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So that's the mouthpiece of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Pursuant to the book of Jeremiah, I will give you pastors according to my heart, meaning according to my mind, my mindset. Linking up with the book of Psalm 94 and 16, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity. Only the elect of the nation Israel had that type of integrity, which is ultimately the Holy Spirit that's being able to expose all these things in these latter days. So as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So as the hopefully led prophets, we are the mouthpiece that's heralding in Yahushai's second debut, which takes me right back to 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. That's referring to the second coming of our big brother Yahushua. It's stated in the book of 2nd Ezra how when he comes, he's going to come back wax strong with the thousands of heaven. And that's by the way of so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Verse 9, even him whose coming is at the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So that working of Satan is going to having that same energy as Satan. Anything dealing with Satan is adverse to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in righteousness. So with the tabernacle or the nation of Edom, they have the spirit of Satan upon them. That which is made crooked cannot be made straight. They are the vessel of dishonor. And that's just the way that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua spiritually programmed them to be. Who can resist his will? So even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And concerning his signs and lying wonders via his mainstream news or mainstream media, which is going to his sorceries, just look at all the false flags, all these different stage shootings that has been happening over this long period of time. How the elites of Esau Edom, they can set up a Hollywood entertainer or actor or rapper and set up the stage of this rapper getting so-called shot. But you don't see no blood out there. You don't see any shell casings. You see all these horrible crisis actors showing no type of emotions or tears. But the people just eat it up right there and there. And this is how this so-called white man has been lying to us for so many years. But now we in that spirit of Yahushua, which means the spirit of truth. And that's why the scriptures tell us in the book of Ephesians, stand against the wiles of this devil, meaning his trickery. And you go into the word hoax, it goes into a practical joke or a malicious deception, a trick. And that's how the elites of Esau Edom has been doing their mischief upon the earth for all this period of time. Nobody has been questioning his lies. So we as the hopeful elect, we cannot be ignorant to Satan's devices. So going back to 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, in the 1st verse, as it says that the way of truth should be hidden, that goes into this serpent's flood of lies. Like everything that you have learned, this wicked setup via our captivity has been nothing but lies. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we had to go through that spiritual brainwashing. Had to be alert from everything that you were so-called taught in this wicked world. So we were like going through a dark period of time because we were voided of that light. And that represents the light of knowing the true understanding of our power source, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, via understanding the true accuracy of the scriptures, being taught in its true form. Fast forward to nowadays, to the end of this so-called movie, that light is coming upon the elect remnant of the nation of Israel in these last days. And this is Isaiah 60:1. Arise, shine, for that light is come, going into that illuminated light via the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, giving us the understanding of his holy word, the scriptures. And through this understanding, we can see and know who are the wicked according to the holy scriptures. We know who our enemies are according to the holy scriptures. And through this wisdom, we can see the subtleties of speeches. And that's all by the Holy Spirit, which is going to that light. So arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is risen upon thee. And that's only upon the holy remnant in these last days. Verse 2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. And that darkness goes into that state of confusion that Esau Edom has spread throughout the whole four corners of this world. You read to the book of Isaiah, the 25th chapter and 7th verse, it goes into how the Most High will destroy in the mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. That spiritual veil that's been spread upon all nations. So right here it says, for behold, gross darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And that veil is slowly but surely start being lifted upon these other nations. Like a lot of them, especially these Americans, they are finding out about this so-called science and finding out that it's pseudoscience, it's false. It's not beneficial for your well-being. A lot of that is being exposed now in these latter days. A lot of people you read in the comments of these videos concerning the moon landing, a lot of them are calling out Esau Edom about their lies, calling out the American government about the lies that they've been taught in these school systems. So that veil is being slowly but surely being uncovered off these other nations' faces. They still don't really know their biblical identity But far as knowing and exposing the wickedness of this world and who's causing that wickedness, that's coming out more to the light and to the forefront now. And again, that's how you know that we are at the end of this so-called white man's rulership. When truth is being exposed like this on all levels, and there's really nothing they can be able to do about it, it's a wrap for Esau, Edom. And that leads me to the book of Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? First and foremost, that's by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. First and foremost, by the Holy Spirit being bestowed upon his holy prophets to bring out the truth of the scriptures. And to be fair, you have these whistleblowers pursuant to the book of Psalm 64, how they should make their own tongue fall upon themselves, that they was once a part of these dark secret councils of the wicked, or these workers of iniquity. Now they coming out to the forefront and they are spilling the beans of Esau's wicked agendas. You have these so-called truthers. So everything is being exposed and everything is being brought forth to the light now. Everybody's finding out about this NWO agenda, how this so-called pandemic was used as an excuse to forge in this NWO order. So how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Linking up with Luke, the 8th chapter and the 17th verse. For nothing is secret that should not be made manifest, neither anything hid that should not be known and come abroad. So all the dark secrets, the wicked counsels, the wicked evictions of Esau, Edom, and these other nations, everything's coming out to the light now. Even the wickedness of our people, what they was doing, everything just being brought forth to the light, to the forefront. And that's all by the doings of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because we are at the end of this rulership or this movie. So truth has to come out. Which leads me to the book of 1 Ezra, the 4th chapter and the 38th verse. As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. And what did our big brother Yahushua, who is the greatest man that ever walked this planet Earth, what did he say in the book of John 14th chapter? I am the way, the truth, and the life. So the spirit of truth really equals the spirit of Yahushua. And that's that vibration that's coming upon this whole earth. And that's how you know that that type of vibration is going to take down the wicked vibration that's being ran in this society right now. So as for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. So the hidden things of Esau, Edom is being sought up by the spirit of Yahushua. And I brought this out. You all was edified with that. You all keep pushing, stay strong. Shalom.
Ha! I knew it!
What? Why doesn't NASA go back to the moon?
I wish we could, but we don't have the right rockets anymore.